Hi everyone and welcome back, and also happy holidays, which are upon us right now. I wanted to tell you a little bit of a story about how I've been celebrating Christmas for the past couple of years. Now, starting in 2013, I got a job as a medical secretary, and I got a job in an ER back in my hometown. And I worked there for about 2 years, and then I quit and I moved to another city where I still currently live and started working in a different ER. Now I've changed jobs again, and now I work office hours, not in an ER, in a different sort of health clinic. But over the 4 Christmases that I worked in ERs, I worked for 4 Christmases. I worked 4 Christmas Eves and at least 3, I think, Christmas days. Given that the ER is open 24/7 every day of the year, I think the plan was that if you worked Christmas one year, you'd work New Year's the next, so that you wouldn't have to work 2 Christmases in a row. And here in Sweden, we typically celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, so I kind of missed like 4 Christmas celebrations in a row. The first 2 years I got off, I think I worked the morning shift, so I got off sometime in the afternoon / early evening, so I could go home to my family and celebrate with them. The last 2 years I worked in ERs, the first year I worked Christmas, the morning of Christmas Eve and the evening of Christmas Day, meaning that I could celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and, a little bit in the morning on Christmas Day. Last year I worked the evening shift on Christmas Eve and the morning shift on Christmas Day. And given that it took me like an hour and a half to get to work and from work, I got off at like 8:30, and then I wasn't home because it was also like, it was a holiday. So like commuting was a lot harder because not all the trains and buses ran the same. So I think I was home maybe 10:30, 11-ish. And then I had to get up at around 4:30 to get back to work the next morning. So last year I didn't have much of a Christmas. Now, in a way I don't want to complain because I have enjoyed working Christmas. Once you're at work, it's fine. I haven't really noticed that it's Christmas, I guess. We got some Christmas food, but everything else was the same. The same jobs to do, the same, amount of people, roughly. Because people still get sick at Christmas. But, starting my first year, the first year I worked in an ER, I came up with an idea that then evolved throughout the years. Now this year is the first year I'm not going to be working Christmas because we're closed, my job is closed. So I actually get to celebrate and be with friends and family, primarily family. But for my first Christmas working, I came up with an idea. And that idea just sort of grew and expanded and escalated over the course of those 4 Christmases. Now, what I figured is that no one wants to be sick, ever, but especially no one wants to be sick during the holidays, and no one wants to be in the hospital over the holidays. And that goes for both patients and, family who come with, and the people who work. So I figured, why not make Christmas a little more fun for the people who are stuck here for this day, or for those 2 days. So what I did is, I decided to dress up for Christmas. Now, in a hospital, the nurses and doctors wear scrubs and stuff. We didn't have to do that. As secretaries, we didn't have to do that. Since we weren't treating the patients, we weren't hands-on on the patients, we didn't have to do that. So the first year, I'm going to see if I can find a picture, and I don't really remember because it was 4 years ago, but I think I just wore a headband with some little Santas or something on it that sort of bubbled when I moved. I think they were Rudolph's, not Santas. Yeah, I think there were 2 reindeer on sort of springs that moved when I moved, sort of. I think I just did that, and then maybe I might also done like a Christmassy shirt or something red or, festive like that. But I didn't really go overboard because I was just starting out, and I'd only been working there for about 3 months once Christmas rolled around, and I loved my job there, I loved the people there, but I didn't want to go over the top because I wasn't sure how this was going to be received by my coworkers or the patients or anyone else. So I started off like that, and I got some very good responses. There was a little child who I just passed by as I was collecting some papers around the ER, who tugged at their mom's sleeve. I was like, look, look, and just pointed as I walked by, which was very nice. And I also had a fair few coworkers who just started laughing with joy. They weren't laughing at me, they were laughing with me, and just being like, wow, this is amazing, A+. This started something, and I don't know if they or I knew what was going to happen. The next year, I looked like this. So I had on some leggings with gingerbread men on them. I had the same kind of antenna headband with little Santa hats and the words Merry Christmas. And I had a shirt on that said like naughty or nice, something like that. Very, not my style of shirt, but that's fine. And yeah, that was year 2. Year 2 was even more appreciated because I went even more all out. So I was just very happy and excited. Then I changed jobs. Between that Christmas, which was 2014, and the Christmas of 2015, I changed jobs. I moved and I got another job in another ER. And I was a little more skeptical to do it. I still wanted to do it. There was this drive in me to keep this up because, again, no one wants to be sick during the holidays. Or ever, really. But, you know, I could do something about the holiday parts. No one wanted to be sick then. No one really wants to work then. And if I could just make it a better time for everyone else, so be it. Like, I don't mind if people laugh at me when I'm purposely doing something weird, if that makes sense. So yeah, Christmas Eve 2015, I was working and I looked like this. So same gingerbread pants as the year before. This shirt I'm wearing now with little penguins kissing, which is not, I mean, overly Christmassy, but still. I also don't know how well they show up in the picture, but I also wore these like knee-high Santa socks, sort of, red and white stripes with white fluff at the top, and a headband with bears in Santa hats. This, I don't want to say it wasn't well received. I didn't really hear a lot of comments at all, nor from, like, neither from patients nor coworkers. I still had fun, I still liked that I did it, but it wasn't the same kind of response. Fine, you know, new job, new place. People are different. And then last year, 2016, I had quit my job. We have a 3-month notice thing in Sweden. I'd given that, and my last day was in early January. I knew that, I mean, the job, because I was quitting, and then the next day, pretty much, starting the job I have now. And I knew that the job I have now, I would not be working Christmas. So I needed to step up my game. Like, for real, step up my game. So I made this. This is a Christmas tree. The skirt was just a big green circle skirt. I made it. It was a big green circle skirt to which I sewed on little baubles and glitter and what have you. I didn't put any bubbles on the back because they were glass and they broke quite easily. I think I broke like 5 over the course of that workday without even touching them. So I don't know what happened. So on the back, I think you can see it here, I put little like felt balls instead, so I could, you know, sit and work. And then I made a cone hat out of some cardboard, dressed it up in the same fabric and also with baubles and all that. And yeah, I was half expecting people to just ignore it or think I was being ridiculous. That is so far from what actually happened. Of that day, I worked a little bit in the reception, so I admitted patients, I, you know, put them in the system. And some of the day I was transcribing in an adjacent room where no one can see me, really. And I didn't get any negative comments. I got a couple of looks from people, and I can understand that. I didn't get any negative comments, though. And occasionally I took the hat off because it was very tall and quite heavy, and it, you know, flipped a bit back and forth. But after I'd been in the reception and people had seen me, you know, I had other coworkers there. There was a break room just across the hall, so people, you know, passed by there. Word started spreading about what the heck I'd done. So once the afternoon rolled around, or like once the evening progressed, there was a never-ending line of nurses and I think some doctors as well who came into the room where I was transcribing and wanted to take pictures and send them to their friends and their family and go, hey, look, someone who makes working Christmas better. And I'm proud, you know, I felt really, really proud. Now, the only reason I did this whole thing was, again, because no one wants to be sick at Christmas and no one wants to, or the holidays, and no one wants to work, really. I mean, some people do. Some people want to work Christmas, they don't mind, they like the extra pay. But the vast majority would probably rather be home celebrating with their families. And I had so much fun doing this, and I feel like I kind of hit my peak last year with the Christmas tree. And you know, I'll probably never work Christmas Eve or Christmas Day again because I feel like I've done that enough, and this job I'm at now, I won't have to do that. And if I ever have to look for another job, I'm hoping to have a job that's a 9 to 5 kind of thing. But I still can't let it go. Now, the last day before Christmas I'm going to work this year is the 22nd. And then I work again on the 27th. I'm missing Christmas. And I don't really know how I feel about it. Now, me missing Christmas means that I actually get to celebrate it with my family and Marcus's family and, you know, do Christmas for the first time in 5 years. So I'm happy. But I also can't let it go. Now, I might reuse my Christmas tree outfit for this year, just on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But I also want to take it one step further. Like, I have this vague idea that I want to somehow turn my hair into a Christmas tree, spray it green, make some sort of weird updo, put little baubles in it. I don't know. I have plans, I have ideas. I don't think I'm gonna do it, but I am tempted. And yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Now, I understand not everyone who's working for the holidays can do what I've done. I was lucky, I was privileged enough to be able to do that because I didn't have to wear scrubs like the rest of the staff, and I had a job where no one really cared, like I didn't have any sort of uniform at all, and I understand that not everyone has that luxury, but I've had an amazing time doing this. Would I recommend it? Heck yeah. You don't have to be as extreme as I was, perhaps, but it's been a lot of fun to do this, and in a way I feel a little pang of like missing it because I would like to do it again this year. And I can, of course, do it with, you know, my family, but also just seeing people's faces, people who are stuck at work or stuck in the ER, seeing them just, you know, smile and be happy was amazing. And I mean, now we have so many ugly Christmas sweaters out in the shops or online, or you can make your own, and it is a lot of fun. So I guess, like, if you want to do it, go ahead, have fun. If you don't want to, or if you can't, then obviously don't. But it is a lot of fun. I do recommend it, and I just wanted to share that story because maybe it inspires someone else to do a similar thing, and we can spread sort of Christmas joy or holiday joy in places where there might not be a lot. Because the ER can be a very stressful environment, a very traumatic, sad, scary environment, and obviously I wouldn't go to the extreme. I wouldn't like, oh, you've been severely injured, let me do a weird little Christmas dance. Obviously not. But just brightening up someone's day. Just, you know, still being professional, still doing my job, but also putting a smile on someone's face. I had a lot of fun doing this. And again, I'm a little sad I'm not going to be doing it this year, or that I'm not going to be doing it in the same scale this year. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it greatly, and if you want to do it, go ahead. Use my pictures for inspiration if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.